victory against Chelsea on the last day of the season ensured that European football would once again be coming to Villa Park, via the Intertoto Cup. The summer of 2002 was a busy one, with Villa players representing their countries in the FIFA World Cup in Japan and the UEFA Under-21 Championships in Switzerland. Among them was the first summer arrival, Marcus Allback, a Swedish international signed from Dutch club Heerenveen. The squad resumed training early for those Intertoto Cup commitments and reached the semi-final, earning a 1-1 draw in Lille before a 2-0 home defeat ended European aspirations for another season. There were also the usual player activities through the summer. George Boateng and Paul Merson departed for Middlesbrough and Portsmouth respectively, and Ecuadorian international Ulises de la Cruz signed from Hibernian. The next 10 months prompted much reflection and self-analysis, and by the end of the campaign, Graham Taylor decided to end his second spell in charge prematurely, a decision which led to the arrival of David O'Leary as the club's new manager. Graham Taylor's first full season back began with a home game against Liverpool in August. Over 41,000 saw chances come and go, something that was to be a common occurrence through the year, before Liverpool won it 1-0 with this from John Arnorisa. But Graham Taylor remained upbeat about a game which saw Ulises de la Cruz make his debut, and then Taylor entered the transfer market again, signing Irish World Cup star Mark Kinsella from Charlton Athletic, a man who made a strong debut against Tottenham Hotspur at White Hart Lane.
Tottenham score! Redknapp with the goal.
They hung on near the end, but the second half especially we started very sharply, and 3 or 4 good chances. But I say you win games when you put the ball in the net. We didn't do that, but on the performance side, I've got no problems coming in.
The new man then made his home debut for the visit of ex-England manager Kevin Keegan's Manchester City. Another 1-0 scoreline, but this time in the right manner.
Over from Hendry and from Engel, this is Crouch! Terrific stop from Peter Schmeichel. It was a wonderful move from Aston Villa. The step over from Hendry, the step over from Engel. Crouch maybe should have done better. Hendry's cross towards Crouch. So close. Delaney was rather rashly challenged there. Play continues. This is Hendry! Schmeichel rescues Manchester City once more. Super stop from the veteran goalkeeper. Vassell is fouled by Sanji Hai. Challenge from the Manchester City player. Hendry will take the free kick. Scrambled away only as far as Vassell! Villa's first goal in the Premiership this season. And Vassell has got it. Schmeichel beaten at last. He hits it into the ground, actually, Vassell. And that impact could very well have taken it away from Peter Schmeichel.
The fourth game of the Premiership season resulted in another 1-0 scoreline. Bolton were the recipients of 3 points at the Reebok Stadium. As the new transfer deadline approached, Graham Taylor signed 2 experienced Norwegian internationals. Former Manchester United defender Ronny Johnsen was joined by Øyvind Leonardsen from Tottenham Hotspur. Johnsen made his debut against Charlton. The spell of 1-0 scorelines was broken amidst the emergence of a new star. Stephen Moore was promoted through the ranks and made an instant impact on his debut.
Samuel, here's Engel once more. He's got 3 defenders around him. Goes for handball, rather more from the crowd than from the players. And Samuel sets up Engel. Nice twisting and turning! So close to the opening goal. The one Pablo Engel. Plenty of Villa players forward for this free kick. Staunton with a header! And that's a marvellous stop. Melberg has stolen round the back, and only just over from Olaf Melberg. The Charlton defenders weren't really keeping up with him. Angel. De La Cruz. There's plenty of defenders around him. De La Cruz still goes. Oh, what a goal! Kylie is beaten at last. And a first Premiership goal for Aston Villa by Ulysses De La Cruz. And what a goal as well. He's the first player from Ecuador to score in the Premier League. Look at that close control. So Stefan Moore comes on for his Premiership debut. It's a terrible pass. And Villa will pick up possession. Here's Angel. Moore. He's going to attack the defence. He's gone past the defence. He's gone past Kylie. He's been on for less than 10 minutes. And Stefan Moore has scored a goal on his Premiership debut. There could be many more to come, but that will be a very special moment for this young man. He'll remember this for the rest of his life. And what a debut goal as well. It was placed perfectly. The audacity of the run at the defenders. 2-0 Villa lead.
So spirits were high for the first Birmingham derby in the top flight for 17 seasons. In terms of Villa's season, it can't be ignored, but it was a night to forget. Villa lost 3-0. But 6 days later, back at Villa Park, Lee Hendrie was in inspired form. He scored twice and Dion Dublin once, as Villa took all 3 points after an impressive Everton comeback.
Vassell, Hendrie takes over! What a goal, Lee Hendrie!
Vassell does well, but absolutely brilliant finish by Lee Hendrie. He spots Richard Wright. Is a good yard or so off his line, and he executes a perfect chip. You won't see many better than that, and Villa certainly seem more up for it.
Gareth Barry, great effort and a fine save by Wright. Kinsella. Now Melberg with a lot of space ahead of him. On to De La Cruz. Dangerous cross. Crouch left it, Barry didn't, and the shot by replay. He scored early in the first half. He's repeated the trick in the second.
Initially how De La Cruz is allowed to cross this ball into danger. Just look at Lee Hendrie, no one picks him up. The header by Gareth Barry finds him. It's a great execution once again. That's one thing you can say about both Lee Hendrie goals, but really it ought not to have had that time, that room, that space to go and finish Everton off in such a dangerous area.
David Moyes must have set out his plans to his players in the half-time interval, G'd them up, got them going, sent them out there. Go on, we can get something out of this game. And then within a couple of minutes, they're 2 down. Rosinsky's shot has made it 2-1. Campbell with his back to goal. That's a lovely little layoff too. 3 in the middle here for Everton. Campbell! Magnificent save by Enkelman.
Well, they really are throwing everything at Villa at the moment.
Kinsella again guards that near post area. Oh, what a dangerous ball, and Campbell this time has made it. Brilliant corner, and Everton are level. Kevin Campbell. Now, Vassell has got in. Good stop, Richard Wright, one-handed, denying Villa the lead again. Ooh, mistake has given it to Vassell! Oh, when he locks out, he locks out. Dublin and Moore, and they combine straight away. Moore, great composure! Initially, couldn't find the finish. Samuel got the pace to keep going here against Alexanderson. and keep going further still. What a run! Magnificent run! J. Lloyd Samuel must have gone 3/4 of the length of the field.
He's had an excellent game this afternoon, J. Lloyd Samuel. You know, we've seen him at times defending very well, and then the next minute he seems to be popping up in the attacking third, creating problems.
They'll have a corner out of that run indirectly. Well, could it be a case of, as they say in training sessions, next goal the winner? It's not bad. Melberg gets on the end of it. Oh, yes! Somehow or other, Dion Dublin found the space to squeeze it home, and maybe we have seen the winner. What a substitution.
Just have a look at the room that Melberg gets here. He wins that header far too easy, and when there's bits and pieces in the box, you're hoping then for a player just to pick up and try his luck, and that's exactly what Dion Dublin does. He gets himself in such a prime area, and he just thinks, well, why not?
After impressing against Everton, defeat followed at the Stadium of Light. A dominant performance was ruined by a solitary strike from David Bellion, who wrapped up the points for the Wearsiders. The Worthington Cup promised some respite from the league, and Second Division Luton Town were first up. A tie that had potential for an upset was easily won, with goals from Ulysses de la Cruz and a brace from Dion Dublin.
Turns it across and in by de la Cruz. The Ecuadorian on the mark. A turn here though from Gareth Barry. Wonderful play. Hendry with the free kick. Dublin! 2-0. Hendry's free kick met by the head of Dion Dublin. Dublin, nice control, nice shot, nice goal! Super goal from Dion Dublin.
After easily disposing of Luton, Leeds United proved a tougher nut to crack back in the Premiership. Both teams had plenty of possession and both came close, but neither side could find the back of the net and the match ended goalless.
Inches away from winning the game for Aston Villa.
The lowest league crowd of the season at Villa Park saw Graham Taylor's side suffer a 1-0 reverse to Southampton. James Beattie converted a penalty against Stefan Posma. Posma had come on as a substitute, replacing Mark Kinsella, who was sacrificed after Peter Enkelman's dismissal. Another 1-0 reverse then in the Premiership. Pride was restored against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Not a bad place for Stephen Moore to make his full senior debut. And Villa showed what they're capable of, played some impressive football and took the game to United. They were unlucky not to leave with all 3 points.
Leonardson comes off Laurent Blanc. What a chance though for Aston Villa and for Stefan Moore. Slap line towards Delaney. Villa enjoying a good period of play. Here's Delaney once more. Towards Leonardson. Blanc with the header, and can't prevent that from going behind for a corner kick to Aston Villa. Kinsella to take it. Melberg comes in, and Olof Melberg has scored. A first Premiership goal for Melberg, and Aston Villa lead at Old Trafford. Powerful run. Powerful header. Villa lead 1-0. Scholes. So Silvestre. First cross blocked by Delaney. Still Silvestre. Forlan, he's in a bit of space and he's levelled things up.
Another battling away day point was gained at Blackburn in a match of few chances. Nevertheless, there were more positives gained from the performance, and Graham Taylor left Ewood Park a happy man. In the Worthington Cup, Villa easily disposed of Oxford United at the Kassam Stadium, but it did take 3 late goals from Ian Taylor, Gareth Barry and Dion Dublin.
Ian
last touch to force it home. A nightmare moment for Andy Woodman.
Hitzelsberger, nice cushion pass to Barry. Barry sets off on a run, just has a check to see who's with him. Still Gareth Barry, oh, the right foot!
Oh, it's two, and it's another terrible mistake by Woodman. Gareth Barry with his first ever away goal for Aston Villa.
Crosby should win that particular race with Barry, but Gareth Barry with great determination,
And the finish is there from Dion Dublin. He's had headed chances, but finally it's a right foot volley that goes in for the big striker.
The visit of Fulham saw Villa's first Saturday fixture at home for 8 months, and they were rewarded with a 3-1 victory. Juan Pablo Angel, Marcus Allback and Øyvind Leonardsen all breaking their ducks for the season. Allback's strike was his first in the Premiership and Villa's 500th Premiership goal.
Run made by Barry, the flag has stayed down again here for Villa. They've got 3 forward in the middle, Barry's cross, Angel misses it. They all miss it, it comes back for Taylor! Fantastic save by Van der Sar. Ian Taylor, more than 200 appearances for Aston Villa and producing a spectacular effort, which was matched by the agility of the Dutch goalkeeper. Corner for Villa. Melberg, Taylor again, Angel! And for Juan Pablo Angel, it's his first of the season. Taylor's initial header, Angel with a follow-up. Villa with 3 wins at home this season, looking to make it 4. Samuel, beaten out by Van der Sar. He's never ever scored for Aston Villa. He was extremely close. Flicked by Marley. Belmonte, neatly worked by the front 2. Finnan joining the attack. Hit Samuel. Belmonte going for it. Flag stayed down. Belmonte! Gareth Barry with a really positive run down the Villa left here. He's got 2 in the middle. One is Leonardsen. The other, arriving with the goal, is Marcus Allback. His first league goal for the Swede. Who says goals are a rarity at Villa Park? Marcus Allback took control, he made it his, but the assist certainly from Gareth Barry. Leonardsen with the presence of mind to leave it, and Marcus Allback struck it cleanly. It's Malbrock. And the charge out by Allback was potentially very, very good one for Villa, with Samuel coming away with it. 2 in the middle. Dublin's 1. Allback's the other. Allback's header. Leonardsen! That is a cracker! Well, the counter-attack after that Fulham free kick was lethal, and so too was the finish by the Norwegian. Leonardsen's first goal for his club, and it was a sweetly struck volley right into the corner.
Villa made the short journey across town to play neighbours West Bromwich Albion next at the Hawthorns. Although the match ended goalless, Dion Dublin could have wrapped up the 3 points with his penalty at the end. Unfortunately, Russell Holt was to deny him, and Øyvind Leonardsen fired over the rebound. West Ham were to provide Villa with their biggest league scoreline of the season, and a personal milestone for Dion Dublin.
Ball to Taylor. Schemmel. Parried by Enkelman. Cole. And cleared away by J. Lloyd Samuel. West Ham denied a goal. Gareth Barry with the free kick. Dublin. Hendry. A crowd of players around him. Lee Hendry! How on earth did he score that? Such persistent play from the Villa man. When the ball comes to Lee Hendry, look at the players that are around him. Past one, past another, and then past David James. A fine individual goal from Lee Hendry. There seemed to be no way through there. Then suddenly it opened up in front of him. Hendry. Leonardson cleared off the line. Hendry with the cross, Leonardson so close. Hendry with the free kick. Gareth Barry. All the way through for him. Vassell. Good trickery from Darius Vassell. Leonardson is in space and scores! His second goal in a few weeks. He scored against Fulham a fortnight ago. And created by the trickery of Darius Vassell. Oivan Leonardson scores for Villa and they lead by 2-0. Hitzlsperger, shot was saved, Dublin! How did he put that wide? Sinclair. In towards Di Canio. 2-1. Hendry to hit it. Towards Dublin. And Villa have restored their 2-goal advantage. Just 2 minutes after Paolo Di Canio scored for West Ham, Dion Dublin makes it 3-1 to Villa, and his 100th goal in the Premiership. A special moment for the Aston Villa and former Coventry striker. $100 not out for Dion Dublin. Barry. Keeping possession well. Dublin. Goes down to Leonardson. In towards Vassell. He's onside and it's 4-1. A miserable return to Villa Park for the West Ham goalkeeper David James. Villa will take all 3 points from this one.
That victory moved Villa to 11th place in the league, but the unbeaten run was brought to an end at Highbury, where Arsenal prospered thanks to 2 goals from Henry and 1 from Pires.
It'll be Henry.
But the consolation from Thomas Hitzlsperger was definitely one to remember.
That is a belter from the German, and a real bullet from the left foot of the German under-21 international, Thomas Hitzlsperger. It's only his second Aston Villa goal. So much power, and the direction was perfect. Ljungberg. Referee has given a penalty. Enkelman, who's already kept out a Michael Owen penalty this season, faces Henry.
Villa's progress in the Worthington Cup continued in December with a 5-0 romp against First Division Preston.
Too many forward for Aston Villa. Dublin, and it's saved by Lucas. Preston rather give it away. Vassell, Dublin's to his left. Leon Dublin to place it. Just wide. Goes to Gareth Barry. Queuing up in the middle. Kinsella turns it back across and in. Darius Vassell. Preston may have thought they'd cleared the danger. Kinsella and Vassell had other ideas. Kinsella with the little ball across, and Vassell pounced as quick as you like. Hendry! Great chance that for Villa. Little step over from Vassell. Hendry. Aston look a little stretched at the back. Dublin. Vassell. Oh, he's gone through, and it's 2-0. Vassell's second goal of the match. Dublin just holding it up, and then despite the close attentions of the Preston defence, Vassell was able to make progress and able to beat Lucas. It's waiting in the middle for a cross. Back to Barry, towards Dion Dublin! What a header! Brilliant cross from Barry, and Dublin placed it perfectly. Strong and powerful, the header from Dublin. Hendry. Cruz making the run on this near side. Gets his cross in towards Angel! We've seen some cracking goals in this game. And Angel has made it 4-0 to Aston Villa. Smile from the manager. The two substitutes combining. De la Cruz with the cross. A terrific first-time shot from Juan Pablo Angel. Touch being greeted with a cheer. Hitzlberger fires for goal and finds it! The second spectacular goal inside a few days for Thomas Hitzlberger. He scored a marvellous goal against Arsenal at the weekend, and he has now beaten Lucas with a thunderous strike. Villa are through to the next round. This is their fifth goal, and what a strike it is.
Played the last few games and obviously scored 1 or 2 goals. I'm quite happy at the moment, yeah. I mean, the results not going the way we want them to be, but tomorrow's the best chance to get back in winning tracks.
Say you're scoring a few goals, they've not been tap-ins either, have they been quite spectacular?
Yeah, a few people ask me whether I can score a tap-in as well. I mean, I don't mind as long as it's in the goal, whatever it is, like a left top corner, or even if it's tap-in, I don't mind. Just scoring a goal is a nice feeling.
Newcastle visited Villa Park next and took all 3 points with a late strike from Alan Shearer, despite the best efforts of Gareth Barry and Thomas Hitzlberger, who came closest for Villa.
To Gareth Barry, who goes for goal! And tipped over by Shea Given. Hitzlberger. You see, he can strike them from distance, and that's not too far wide. Hendry. Towards Angel! Against the top of the crossbar. Towards Shearer! Newcastle in front.
Just a month after playing at the Hawthorns, West Bromwich Albion visited Villa Park. and only the form of Russell Holt stood between Villa and a comfortable victory. But goals from Darius Vassell and a fabulous last-minute effort from Thomas Hitzlsperger secured all 3 points.
And this turns it from a good opportunity into an excellent opportunity. Leon Dublin laying down the law to Hitzlsperger. And the German shoots. Vassell, 1-0. Villa strike first in the West Midlands derby. Hitzlsperger's shot pings around here as if it was on a pinball machine, and then fell nicely for Vassell. Barry, nice turn, nice shot, only just wide. Turned in by J. Lloyd Samuel. West Brom should clear, not too far though. Hitzlsperger, header from Dublin, wonderful stop from Russell Holt. Danger not yet over for the visitors, now it is. What a header from Dion Dublin, looping it over the goalkeeper, but it's a brilliant save. Against 2. This is Hughes, can't get a shot in. Falls to Jason Kumas. 1-1. Hendry has the shot, and against the bar. West Brom piling in to try and clear it. Appeals for a penalty, more from the Holt end than from the Villa players. Hendry struck that one with some venom. Oh, great run. Terrific stop from Holt to deny Vassell. Leave it. Nice little intricate one-touch ball from Villa, and in the end Holt makes the save from Vassell. Oh, Dickio's down. Steve Taunton could be in trouble here, it's a red card. Villa are down to 10 men for the last 22 minutes. Barry. Vassell with a little touch. Dublin ahead of him. Vassell goes for goal! Another super stop from Russell Holt. Hendry's free kick. Little touch on, it came off a West Brom head. I think it was Linus Sigurdsson who got the touch. The West Brom defender, yes, there it is, and off the post. Well into stoppage time now. Here's Lee Hendry. Hitzlsperger goes for goal and in! Villa have won it in stoppage time at the end of the game. Thomas Hitzlsperger. He just doesn't score ordinary goals. A cracker against Arsenal, a delight against Preston, and the winner against West Brom.
The quarter-final of the Worthington Cup brought Liverpool to Villa Park for the 4th consecutive home fixture, and both sides contributed to a classic. But by the end of it, thoughts of the final were gone for Villa.
Dublin looking for Vassell, and Lee Hendry's through here! And was that a penalty? It was! Vassell takes on the responsibility to try and beat Chris Kirkland here, and does! First blood to Villa in the quarter-final, a quarter of the way through the game. Yes! Danny Murphy draws Liverpool level. Graham Barber's let him carry on here. Milan Baros. Yes! Taking on Melberg. And Gerrard's through! And if anyone deserved a goal, Steven Gerrard did. Hadji again. Dublin looks to get in front of Huppier, doesn't fall for Hendry. Here's Hitzelsberger being urged to shoot! And he does with the right result! And it's game on again! And it's Thomas Hitzelsberger again with another special!
Well, there's hardly any backlift in this. Liverpool players have thought, well, go on, do it. You've not really got a run at this. Try and hook it in towards that net. He does, he takes it early once again. I don't think Kirkland can see it till late. There's two, maybe three bodies, Huppier and Dublin in his way.
Well, what a cracker from Thomas Hitzelsberger. His fourth in 5 games and all of them from outside the box. And that's really given Villa genuine hope now. Hitzelsberger on, it's Mustafa Hadji, great work! Oh, it was very nearly a wonderful goal!
He gets the power. What he doesn't get is the direction and wide it goes.
Moves it through to Vassell. Dion Dublin! Yes! They have done it! 3-1 down, 3-all, a remarkable fight back.
You don't let this fella move inside the 18-yard box on his own. But once it bounces in front of him, Dion Dublin, the left foot, the trusty left foot, it comes off Evan Henjo's foot.
Could be in here, Steven Gerrard. Danny Murphy!
A 2-0 reverse against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and once again Villa returned pointless from their travels. The halfway point in the season had left Villa in 15th place, and although reasonably consistent at home, it was the away form that was affecting the position. Against Manchester City at Main Road, there were more away day blues as the hosts ran out comfortable 3-1 winners.
Little touch on for Foe! Barry. Puts ball forward. 3 in the middle, waiting for the cross. Might fall to Dublin! 1-1. Towards Benavia! City are back in front. Benavia chips it forward. This is Marc-Vivien Foe. And it's 3-1.
A return to Villa Park saw a return to winning ways against a resolute Middlesbrough defence. Dion Dublin was once again the man grabbing the only goal.
Angel going himself here, it's opening up a bit. Nemeth getting a fortunate ricochet off Johnson, only job in the middle. Nemeth forced to go very tight. And Postler with an important block. Only Dublin in the middle. Barry arriving now. And it's aimed for Dublin! And Dublin has scored for Aston Villa! Angel's cross from the right, and Dion Dublin with the goal for Aston Villa. It's another landmark goal for Double D, his 200th career goal. Dublin has helped it on again, and Schwarzer is tested to the full. Well, it was a cheeky, impudent flick by Dion Dublin. Wilson is in trouble here. He just held back Samuel. He's already been booked, and it's a red card for Mark Wilson. Barry onto it swiftly. Only Angel ahead of him. Barry goes for glory! Oh, Schwarzer got a touch and took it onto the bar. What a strike by Gareth Barry. It's right for Villa. Can he find Dublin? He can find Angel! And it's cleared off the line, or rather controlled on the line. Jeremy is poised. It is going to be Jeremy. It's got a bit of curl on it. Postman does enough to just push the ball behind. His first real save of the game from the Dutchman.
Villa began the new year with another win against Bolton. Indeed, it was to be the first time this season that the Claret and Blue were to record back-to-back victories. Darius Vassell and Dion Dublin were the goal scorers.
Here's Alan Wright. In towards Dion Dublin! Just 8 minutes played, and Villa scored their first goal of 2003, and Dion Dublin gets it right with the cross, and Dublin tucks it in. A step over from Hendry. De La Cruz. Two Bolton men with him. Oh, De La Cruz has left them in his wake. Plenty of space here for Barry. Gareth Barry off target. De La Cruz. Able to tuck it through to Angel. This is De La Cruz. Rather tame shot in the end. Angel. Calls here for Dion Dublin. This is Gareth Barry. So close. Wright pumps it forward. Vassell on the chase, up against Bergson. Bolton man will win it. Oh, it's gone to Vassell. And in! A narrow angle. Darius Vassell makes it 2-0. He had no right to be able to put a shot in on goal, though. Bergson should have cleared it. The Bolton captain just caught in possession. Bergson looks to see where Vassell is, and then he just dallied a little too long. Even then, there was plenty of work for Vassell to do. Very narrow angle, but squeezed it in perfectly.
Villa gained a brief respite from the league with the visit of Blackburn in the FA Cup, but flirtation with the competition was brief. Blackburn were in resplendent form, running out 4-1 victors. Angel's goal the only consolation for the hosts. But some pride was restored at Anfield against Liverpool, with the Dion Dublin penalty cancelling out an early Michael Owen goal.
Feels for handball, Owen! Liverpool in front. Dublin trying to make a nuisance of himself in the area. Barry, oh, was he fouled? He was, penalty! Barry upended by Sami Hyypiä, and it's Dion Dublin. 1-1.
Once again, Villa's inconsistencies were evident against Tottenham Hotspur. Teddy Sheringham scoring the only goal in an uninspiring display. Prior to the midweek visit to the Riverside, Graham Taylor signed Joey Gudjonsson on loan from Real Betis in Spain, and the new man made an instant impact on his debut against Middlesbrough, helping Villa to their first away win of the season.
Nemeth, it's a nice turn as well. Enkelman with the block. Good play from Nemeth. Back just been to it. And another good block from Enkelman. Chance here for Gudjonsson. Far off target. Played high towards Dion Dublin. Well, Villa get it, even though Dublin didn't manage to get a touch. This is Vassell. It's still Vassell. Oh, what a goal! From Darius Vassell. Poking it past Mark Schwarzer, turning the Borough defenders inside out. Villa 1-0 up at the Riverside. Jeremy. from Nemeth. Would have been a very cheeky goal indeed. Back towards Dublin. Villa get the corner. Just wide by Stephen Moore. Villa so close to a second as the corner was whipped in. That's a free kick. Now, who's going to take this? Two are lining up over it. It will be good. Johnson in towards goal. Oh my goodness! Schwarzer completely got that wrong. A terrible error from the Middlesbrough goalkeeper. And Aston Villa lead by 2-0. Gudjonsson scoring directly from the free kick. But it's a howler from the Borough keeper. Job in towards Macaroni. Borough back in this game. Middlesbrough and their supporters really buoyed up by that goal of just a couple of minutes ago. Here's Greening, and it's a second. 2 in 3 minutes for Middlesbrough. Moore. Oh, he managed to get his cross in as well. Midfield here to Hitzlperger. It's a great chance for Barry. He's not offside. And Villa restore their advantage. Super work from Moore to get the cross in. Hitzlperger's shot. And Barry, the control was all important. You can see there he's not offside. Nicely tucked away. It's up. High out towards that far side. Janoid Samuel. And the Villa man will win it. Vassell's in the middle. This is Darius Vassell. Oh, it's in! Off the underside of the crossbar. From a very, very tight angle indeed. 4-2 to Aston Villa, with 9 minutes and stoppage time left in this match. Villa were 2 goals ahead, only to lose that lead. Now they are 4-2 up. Look at the angle though. Such a tight one. And in off the bar. Well into stoppage time. Many Middlesbrough supporters heading for the exits in the hope of getting a quick getaway. To throw into Villa on that far side. Cross will be swung in towards Dion Dublin. 5-2 to Aston Villa.
And Villa carried on their midweek scoring exploits against Blackburn and exacted sweet revenge for the FA Cup defeat. Dion Dublin scored early on, and from that moment the visitors were never in the match. Villa running out impressive 3-0 winners.
Gudjonsson takes. Dublin! Well, Aston Villa carry on here at Villa Park, where they left off at the Riverside on Tuesday. Dublin got the 5th of 5 then. He's got the first here today. Villa 1, Blackburn 0. What do we say about Blackburn's defending?
Not very good. And this is so typically Dion Dublin, Martin, because the ball ends, it's a decent one. But Dion, a lot of the time he hardly gets off the ground. What he does, he muscles people out the way. And then he just uses the flight of the ball here. And that's exactly what he does. He just muscles him out of the way. There's a little bit of contact. It's only a little jump. No power on the header. He uses the flight of the ball and just guides it wide of the goalkeeper. What a start.
They're looking for a route through the centre. And it's Stephen Moore. Almost had too long to think about it.
Wrong side. You can see as soon as it comes to him, Martin. that this boy's right-footed, because he doesn't look comfortable. It was there really to be struck. Vassell picks the right ball out, everyone gets sucked in field, and then it's there to be taken and then hit. He wanted to take it onto his right foot, Curtis wouldn't allow it. He said, there's the angle, shoot at that if you want.
York, sloppy by Dwight now. Barry, Blackburn was starting to push out, and they've got to turn back and form up the defensive line. Dublin! Dwight York gave it away, and within 5 or 6 seconds it was in the back of the Blackburn net. A second for Dublin.
Well, real sloppy from Dwight York. Alan Dunn went there, brought it down under no real pressure. That's a giveaway, absolute giveaway. But the finish is just Dion Dublin to a tee. He's a 1 or 2 touch finisher when it comes to his feet, Martin. This time it's 2. 1 to set it, the second to find that same bottom corner that he found with his header. Fabulous goal from the striker. Goalkeeper has absolutely no chance.
Stephen Moore, it's not a great angle, he's trying to improve it for himself. He's very confident in opposing penalty areas. Dublin. Hitzelsberger took it early.
Good effort.
There was a big gap to go into with the ball, but he saw a gap where he thought he could find with the instant shot. Prescott. Aston stat. Flitcroft shot.
Good
and
save.
Enkelman has to make a save now from Gary Flitcroft.
It's been a long time coming, but it's a pretty good one from the goalkeeper. He worked the ball pretty well here. Blackburn to fashion the chance. Good setup. That's a really good shot across the goalkeeper. Looking for the far corner. I'll tell you, that is an excellent save.
Delaney. He stayed down. McEverley was the defender. De La Cruz going on. This is Gareth Barry. It's 3. Well, while Barry celebrates, the Villa medical staff have gone to Delaney. The referee allowed the game to go on, and Villa took full advantage of that.
I think it was right. It was just an accidental coming together. Neither player actually went for the ball, Mark. McEverley or Delaney. I think the ball just watched the ball. Neither of them actually goes to get it. They come together. There's a clash of legs. But I think the referee quite rightly lets play go on. And Blackburn are all over the place by now. Really are stretched, and he can take his time. He's got a lot of composure, Gareth Barry. He is a decent finisher when he gets in there, and he shows it there. Takes his time. Everyone thinks he's going to pull the trigger. It's his left foot. Just brings it in, has another little look and says, there you go, game over, boys.
But once again, Villa couldn't carry on their form, this time against Fulham. Although starting brightly with a goal from Gareth Barry, they couldn't maintain the momentum, and the hosts proved to be too strong, running out 2-1 victors with goals from Malbronk and Harley to continue Villa's poor away form. A couple of weeks later, Villa returned to the capital, this time Charlton at the Valley. And Villa returned to the Midlands, suffering a second successive defeat in London, and their 4th in 4 games there in the season so far. Goals from Ewell and a brace from Johansson contributed to a 3-0 defeat. Monday, March the 3rd, brought Birmingham to Villa Park. An ill-tempered match ended with Dublin and Gudjohnsen sent off, and in terms of the result, the worst possible outcome for Villa fans. Another night to forget. And the misery continued against champions-elect Manchester United. Try as they might, Villa couldn't breach the United back four and equalise after an early David Beckham strike. It was, though, a vast improvement on recent performances. Villa visited St Mary's next to play Southampton and took an early 2-goal lead. However, Southampton took advantage of the Villa frailty and eventually completed a comeback. Final score, 2-2.
Just wide from Peter Crouch, who is a former Portsmouth player, isn't exactly Mr. Popular at the other Hampshire club. Barry. Crouch. Great chance for Villa. And Crouch just couldn't take it. Hendry. Vassell. And the full here to Hendry! Lee Hendry puts Aston Villa in front. The ball bobbled back off a Southampton defender there, Svensson, I think. And Hendry curled it in. Aston Villa leading on the south coast. Beattie against the post. What a let-off for Aston Villa. James Beattie's been in such deadly goal-scoring form this season. Back to Lundekvam. Oh, that's a terrible back pass from Klaus Lundekvam, and Darius Vassell has taken full advantage of the gift that he was presented with by Klaus Lundekvam. The Norwegian international defender with an awful back pass, and the ever-alert Darius Vassell nipped in to double Villa's lead. No danger there, and then suddenly there was. It's an appalling back pass from Lundekvam. Not that Villa are complaining. One. Darius Vassell must score. Oh, it's against the post, and Svensson puts it behind. It was he who was initially robbed, and Vassell could not put it in. Vassell, that's good trickery, keeps it in. Couldn't provide a telling cross. Hendry was waiting for it just outside the 6-yard box. Twisting one way and the other. Vassell goes for goal. Long ball forward. Not really dealt with at all at the back, and a chance for Kevin Davis.
Arsenal's push for the title was hampered at Villa Park as a much improved performance from previous weeks saw Villa battle gamely back from a Freddie Ljungberg goal and claim a much deserved 1-1 draw.
Most inventive piece of Aston Villa play we've seen. Taylor came and didn't get close to it. And this is Barry, away from Bergkamp. Gareth Barry! Into the Holt end instead of into the net. But it's a statement of positive intent from the home side. Well read by De La Cruz. There's rather telegraphed though by Campbell. Possibilities here for Villa with 3 in the middle. Hadji! Bergkamp, good run by Gilberto. Could be in here, Gilberto. Henkelman made the save, and it's tucked in by Ljungberg. Albeck partnering Darius Vassell, and this is Vassell. Came off the shin of Sigurd. Hitzelsberger hit it, and Taylor made a good save. Thomas Hitzelsberger, who's 21 today, scored with a scorcher at Highbury. And it needed the tip over from young Stuart Taylor. And the near goal scorer becomes corner taker. Melberg appeals for handball. Jonsson! Only another corner. Villa seeking this equaliser. Hitzelsberger. Jonsson went in for it. Albeck! It's in! It's 1-1! Sigon might have cleared. I think that's an own goal, you know. Kolo Touré. Albeck wheeled away in celebration, but it was the slice from Touré that finally beat Stuart Taylor. Gilberto doing his best to hold up Gareth Barry, but Barry's done his best to create a chance for Villa. In slides Sigon. My, the game has changed.
But Villa were by now too close to the bottom three for comfort. The visit to Upton Park against a rejuvenated West Ham was the cliched six-pointer. But Villa bucked the trend of earlier performances in the capital with a point, and they were unlucky not to take all three.
It's Joe Cole's delivery, and Lomas rising off the post and straight into Enkelman's grateful gloves. Now Canute getting away. Samuel comes back, decent ball, flicked off the head, and this is a chance for Sinclair. Taken. Albeck the target. Is that a push? Referee says it is, and Aston Villa have got a penalty. And it's Thomas Repka, and Mike Dean had little doubt. The ball is nowhere near arriving. It's England against England. Darius Vassell against David James, two of the heroes of the win over Turkey, and it's Vassell who wins this little battle. Aston Villa level. Albeck booed for his part in the Villa penalty. Hadji into Hitzelsberger. He can hit them, and he has done. Saved by James, the rebound comes, but it's offside. The flag is up. Wouldn't have counted had it gone in. To David James. To watch it carefully, Vassell bearing down on him. Touch from Barry towards Vassell, who was just onside despite the appeals. Bundles Repka out of it. Now Gareth Barry, and still Barry delivers deep. What a chance! Villa lead. It's Øyvind Leonardsen. Might actually produce something, but Repka got his head to it. Now it's Marcus Albeck. He's going for goal, and James had to get a glove to it and put it round the post. West Ham being run ragged since the restart. He's looking for the run of Canute. He's found him. Freddie Canute for West Ham. It's 2-2. Cole corner from the left. Tipped over the top by Enkelman. Canute thought he'd scored. Super reaction from the Finnish goalkeeper. Defoe. Great work from Defoe. Is this the moment? Jermaine Defoe for West Ham. And Peter Enkelman with a super stop.
Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Marcus Albeck had waited patiently for his first real chance all season, and against Chelsea he took that opportunity, and in doing so dented the Londoners' Champions League aspirations and lifted Villa further away from the relegation zone.
The ball switching it wide to Edwards. Cross in towards Barry. This is Albeck. Marcus Albeck puts Villa in front. Barry with the chest down, and a fine volley from Albeck. Zola will take it and hits it towards goal. Enkelman makes the save. Hit in by Melchior towards Zola. And Enkelman is there for Aston Villa. And a quick throw as well. J. Lloyd Samuel. Vassell. Vassell with the cross towards Ulbach. Couldn't get his second goal of the afternoon. So on the overlap for Chelsea. Oh, it's a great tackle. Well timed by Rob Edwards. Edwards just continues to run as well, and he's on to the end of this loose ball. Edwards over Cudicini and just over the bar. Oh, that deserved a goal. He won the ball right down by his own goal line. Very, very unfortunate. Barry. Staunton. Ulbach. Staunton's continued his run. Staunton! Super movement from Aston Villa. Nice back heel. Bellberg with the free kick. It's Mbappe. We'll go for goal! Not off target on this occasion. Staunton hits it high. Towards Ulbach! Spectacular. Staunton's free kick. Touchdown by Edwards and over by Ulbach. Lampard. Chelsea still searching for that equaliser. Lampard goes for goal and just wide. Vassell and Ulbach are in the middle. It's towards Darius Vassell. Now to Ulbach. Might fall nicely for him and has done. His second goal of the game. And Villa lead by 2-0. Knockdown by Vassell. Little fortunate there perhaps, but didn't he do well to turn that in? Ulbach with his back towards goal, puts it past Cudicini and doubles Villa's lead. Here's John Terry who's come forward. Got a deflection on the way through and it'll be a Chelsea corner. Hasselbank goes across to take it for the visitors. Forward for Chelsea. It's in towards John Terry and in. And Chelsea have a goal back in this game. Enkelman is beaten by John Terry. Oh, it's a terrific back heel towards Vassell and it goes wide.
Another difficult away fixture at Newcastle saw Dion Dublin increase his goal tally for the season at St James's Park. His 70th minute equaliser earning a point for Villa after Norberto Solano had given the hosts the lead. Defeat followed against Everton and again Villa returned pointless from their travels.
And he legs it, it's come to the back post and Ulbach. Naismith with the cross into the box, Campbell! Wayne Rooney on the left foot, yes!
May the 3rd and the final home match of the season, and Sunderland already relegated to the First Division with the visitors. Victory would ensure Premiership survival, But Villa started the game tentatively as the pressure was clearly visible within the Villa ranks. But it ended happily enough.
Hendry. Space ahead of him. Here's Vassell. Curls it towards goal! Not far wide either from Darius Vassell. Just to curl it in. Clears. Not the best of clearances though from the Aston Villa goalkeeper. And here's a chance for McCann! Engelman tips it over. Some of Sunderland's play is pretty poor. And that's being kind to them. This is Allback. Great chance for Allback. Oh, he should have scored. Maybe, just maybe, that's a sign of the nerves that are present at Villa Park this afternoon. As Villa look for the win that will secure their Premiership status. Touch, Allback. Sweet goes for goal. Surely playing one of his last matches for Sunderland following their relegation. It's Phillips! And Engelman sticks out a hand. Floated in deep. Might fall here to Ronnie Johnson! Blazes over from such close range. Should that have been the opening goal? Allback. His first touch just let him down. This is Kyle against the bar from Kevin Kyle. Sunderland could snatch this. Kyle, it's a great chance and it's wide. Goodness me, I don't believe it. Melberg should tidy up for Villa. Sunderland. Long towards Dublin. Couldn't quite get there though. Now Dion Dublin does have the touch. This is Allback. Bit of space for him, and he scores this time. His fourth goal in 4 matches, and just 10 minutes from time, as Allback's goal secured another season of Premiership football for Aston Villa. It's been an anxious afternoon as the Claret and Blues faithful have been waiting for their team to break the deadlock against already relegated Sunderland, and they've had to wait until 80 minutes played for the goal that could decide this game.
With the pressure off, the players thanked the fans for their support through what was a difficult season of underachievement, a fact the players themselves were happy to acknowledge.
Feeling when you're down there fighting against relegation, but I think we handled it well. You know, although it wasn't a good game against Sunderland, all we needed was 3 points, which we got. That's the most important thing. I mean, as we said before, we didn't play well some of the games, especially away from home. But we had some good spells as well, and we shouldn't forget that. We have to build on these and take it on to next season.
A club with this potential, which it's a top 6 club, and at the moment in time we're looking at 13th or 14th in the league, which isn't really good enough really.
Prior to the last match of the season, Villa held their annual Player of the Year awards in the Holt Suite. Dion Dublin was Clubman of the Year.
I think it's just been there, to be honest. Being there for players, being there for people, helping out, talking a lot. Just generally being noisy and a team player, I would think. It's just nice because it was voted by the lads, and anything that the lads vote for on a serious side of things it's got to mean something, you know, as a footballer. So I must be doing something half right anyway.
A fantastic guy, and I wish him everything that especially after that terrible accident he had 2 years ago, something. You can see that he still can play a lot of good football. He's captain material, and he's keeping the chins up on all the lads all the time, and you can see on the pitch as well. He is the captain. He's talking a lot, and he's giving orders almost. No, he's a terrific guy to have in the squad.
Thomas Hitzelsberger won goal of the season for his strike against Arsenal at Highbury.
I was just really delighted with that goal, and not only this one, the other three I scored as well. But it's been a nice goal for me, and I've got to make sure I score a few more of them.
And Jalen Samuel was Young Player of the Year.
Very pleasing to get, and hopefully I can go on to do even better next season. Last year I had a few games, and I knew this season was a very big season for me, and I knew that, and the gaffer told me that, so I had to go and show the gaffer that I could play week in, week out consistently.
But the biggest winner of the night was Gareth Barry, who was voted Players' Player of the Year and Supporters' Player of the Year, completing a magnificent season for the young England man.
Yeah, this has capped off a brilliant season for me, to be appreciated by the fans and then by the players. It's something that will stay with you forever. So as I say, it's finished off a nice season.
Gareth has also almost played all games. He's been suspended a couple of games, but the same goes for him. He's had an incredible season and in a difficult position as well. He's played. I think he's played everywhere in his career. He started off as centre half, and he's played left back and left wing, and he's done very, very well. Yeah, I'd say this has been the best season since I've started my career, and obviously being touted again for England, it's always nice to be talked about like that. So, in terms of that, I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Superb, faultless to be honest. Worked so hard, been moved around, he's played right wing, he's played left wing, he's played left back, inside left, He's been superb.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Players' Player of the Year, Gareth Barry.
The end to a disappointing season came at Elland Road. Villa lost the match 3-1. And shortly after that game, Graham Taylor, disappointed at finishing 16th in the league, surprised all, including staff, players and supporters, by resigning from his post as manager of Aston Villa. The surprises continued with a swift appointment of his successor, and on the afternoon of Thursday the 22nd of May, David O'Leary was proudly unveiled and instantly acquainted himself with some of the Villa faithful.
Mr. Ellis rang me last Friday afternoon, and I was very flattered that a club like this called me, and I was aware of the amount of people, many people involved, and he kindly asked could I come down last Friday evening to his house, and I left my home on the Friday afternoon, and I arrived at his house Friday evening, and we had informal chat. He made me a couple of pieces of toast. I hope you don't mind me saying that, Chairman. And
cup of tea and some toast.
Toast, because I was quite
away.
I was quite hungry, and we had a chat. And what I felt was that nothing, was between ourselves, and nobody'd know about it. And I would go away, and the next step would be left with Mr. Ellis and the board of Aston Villa Football Club. I took a call on Monday and said could I come back and meet the rest of the executive board at his house, and he made me chicken sandwiches there that I had ready for me there with another cup of tea, Chairman. And I then left, and my solicitor Michael Kennedy, who I've known for 28 years, and who is a very honourable man, Mr. Ellis, and the executive board asked could he come and see them on Tuesday, and that's when on Tuesday afternoon we all agreed, and I was very flattered because the amount of candidates they could have chosen. I was very flattered that they chose me as the new manager of Aston Villa Football Club. We know this great club and walking around it that, instead of being in the bottom six of the it should be at the other end. And he told me about his ambitions. He told me about his love for the football club, and I want to manage at the top, and I want to manage a big club. And I'm not trying to be any way arrogant, and I don't want to be taken this way of. I could have come back in last year. I've had a lovely year off with my family, but a year that I didn't choose to have off. But I could have come back into the clubs that I felt, no, I don't want to do that. There's better things hopefully around. I didn't know whether they would come around, but certainly a job of Aston Villa's stature is a job that was always going to be interesting. I'm sorry, Graham Taylor has gone, but the cruel business we're in, for me to go into another job, a fellow colleague has to step away. And but Aston Villa was a club I was always waiting, or the stature of a club, to come back into it. And I'm so looking forward and so honoured and flattered that to be chosen.
And so, under the guidance of David O'Leary, the anticipation of the next 12 months gathers pace. With a new manager in place, season 2003-2004 would surely be a season of improvement.